Hey man, oh man, what's going on here? Oh, okay. Welcome to the MatMadik channel again, back with another reaction. Dragon Ball t-shirt looking crumpled. All right, let's see. Boy, consistency. Something I gotta keep going on and on about. I'm like Bowser in Mario Kart, man. Just takes me a while to pick up speed. Anyway, all right. So Loza and Bryson Gray, thank you very much. I'll check you out later on with other songs you produce. But now we're back to my man Samson, man, and this man's he's different kind of rapper altogether. He's usually got bar after bar. I've heard the thing he made about the vaccine. The Vax That Thing Up remix. That was so cool. All right, Samson. Shout out to Skyla Edwards. Sorry, Skyla Edwards, and for recommending this piece. All right, 4613. All right, now listen, I've not seen the song, but I'm just going to make a guess and say that 46 is the so-called 46th president. It's not Biden. Biden didn't win, and 13 are the 13 people 13 soldiers left in Afghanistan. So you get 13 soldiers left in Afghanistan, and with Mr. 46, and no wars altogether started with no wars, minimal to no casualties as far as I know, in other countries with Mr. 45. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, but yeah, if that's the case, then boy. Anyway, let's see what Samson's got to say. I got to do something in a few minutes, so let's just get right into it. Chances are you feel the same way I do. All right. See what you're saying.
I love high gas prices. I love paying more for groceries, and I really love seeing taxes rise. It's so good knowing that I'm giving more but receiving less. It makes me feel humble, but I'm gonna stop with the sarcasm right there, because I swear we're living in a real jungle.
Yeah. Great way to start the song. Sarcasm, man. Yeah. Sarcasm, a form of humor, I suppose. All we can do is laugh at this mad situation. Because of course, people hearing those words would just be tickled by just by the sound of them. Boy, I love paying more and receiving less. Oh, it feels great. I feel humble. You will own nothing unlike it, as they say. Jeez Louise, this is absurd. Alright, let's see what you really think about Biden, man.
Pretty simple to me, though. It's way past being left or right. Just use your head and common sense and think about how you've been affected in daily life. Is it easier or is it harder? That's the most important question you should think of first. Because life is a bitch already as it is, and you don't need someone that's gonna make it worse. Ask me? I think we're fucked. Don't give me that look. Everything sucks. Have you gone outside? Have you been to the store? Have you compared the prices to a year before? Do you drive a car? Have you pumped gas? Don't lie to me now. It sucks ass. You can brush it off like it's a fucking joke, but the media lies. Numbers don't.
Oh, let me pause it right there. Wow, that was wow. So listen, again, just because I just finished doing the Loza reaction and Bryson Gray, I just want to say again, I like those artists, Bryson Gray and Loza, but this is the kind of patriotic rap I like. The stuff that is full of bars. It's not just making a stand. I mean, I know that again, it's different kind of music with Loza and and Bryson. Different kind of song to just climb into the charts and get Let's Go Brandon in people's hearts. You know what I'm saying? But we also want technically brilliant raps as well. That stuff. I mean, this is also low budget, but it's a good quality camera he's got here. But it's just great performance, great technical performance and whatnot. This is the kind of stuff. If Bryson and Loza got some stuff lyrical that can lyrically stand toe to toe with Samson here, please let me know, people. All right, so back to the matter at hand, Mr. 46. People having to just smile and pretend that they don't feel the pinch of all that's going on. They really make me wonder, especially when they like to try and say Trump is the one who ruined everything. Have you got any left-wing people in your, group of friends or family or so? Listen, I love people because we are humans, and I just love people. I'm a loving person. That being said, it's very interesting because I'm quite openly conservative, at least I may be liberal on a few issues, I say liberal, but not liberal, not liberal in the social justice warrior sense, but open-minded. Let's say, for instance, on about abortion. Like, shout out to who told me? I think Stephanie, but one of the comments got deleted. Told me about the about abortion not being as rampant as it had become. When it was at that level in terms of some complications, that is to say, a mother's life is in jeopardy over giving birth to a child. In those special instances, or if a child had been assaulted and became impregnated, an abortion in that case may be more understandable and so forth in special cases. I'm more open-minded with that in terms of the my body, my choice thing. And so I'm not super conservative. No, it doesn't matter how the mother gets pregnant, she has to bear the child, and I won't take care of her. But my conservative values say, you don't get any wiggle room. No, I'm all for my body, my choice. Just as in that regard, just as conservatives are my body, my choice when it comes to vaccines. Anyway, so when if you're open about if you ever engage in a political ideological conversation with a liberal, you'll and you're quite openly conservative like me, or at least you want to stick to your guns about things like Trump is actually a better president than Biden. It's funny how they they just go, as a man called H.A. Goodman from the H.A. Goodman channel would say, they just get all apoplectic. Yes, his favorite words: apoplectic, indignant, morally superior, and of course, blatantly hypocritical in their reaction to you, and start projecting. They say, "Oh, what you're saying? Trump did X, Y, and Z." You know, no, wait. You're saying Trump did this, but Trump did. You're not taking. You're not. You love Trump, but he did something bad, and you don't. Hold him accountable for that. And then when I try and talk about that one thing you did, you use whataboutism and blah blah blah, and then you're conflating things. But Biden's not responsible for the poor economy. It's the climate. Even though he's falling asleep in conferences about the climate, that he went and promoted, flying over there in pollution spewing vehicles. Anyway, and then they say things like, what's he doing? What about isn't this one thing? They essentially just project things that the left stand for, that is actually to the detriment of humanity, and say that the right are doing it, or conservatism is doing it. And you're like, look, let's just agree to disagree. And then they're like, no, you must admit that I am right. I am right about everything, and the right are the leftovers. And you're like, and you just want to just kind of get away from them. But these people, they know, as Samson is saying right here, they know that they got a raw deal with Biden, and they're forced to try and say that it's not that bad. But just as I said, just as is shown in Virginia today, shout out to Virginia. I can't say the new governor's name properly. Sorry, mayor. Oh my gosh, governor. Well, governor in one way or another. I get the information wrong sometimes. Just screw it up. Anyway, I get his name wrong sometimes, so I'm just gonna say bye, Terry. Go to hell. Take the deep state with you. People are starting to wake up to the fact that a lot of these things that the left that throw at people to just suck up and take as the new normal, it's been played out. Well, now we're going to have to accept critical race theory in schools. Now we're going to have to accept these. You have to learn to eat bugs. You'll never know if the vaccine works unless you test it out on children first. What? Anyway, and by the way, you have no choice in the matter. Do as we say, not as we do. Everyone, even bloody Don Lemon. I'm going to go on my political channel and just talk about him and how he's, quote, maskless in Florida the other day. What in the hell? All you can do is laugh. Hence the great intro by Samson, being sarcastic. I mean, what are you going to do? You have to go to some of you have to go to jobs, and even me and myself have to go and put on this stupid mask. Thank goodness I've managed to get this super loose one and just shaved out the inside. Just snipped it up and shaved it out and just let like the net opening beyond the front so I can actually breathe. I'm not taking this carbon dioxide huge load of it into my lungs over the name of people's germophobia for no reason. But anyway, people are stuck with this BS and told to like it. everything I hear people say about what Trump is doing, especially from the particular leftists I know, and saying that Trump is giving us a crap sandwich, and we have to saying that we like it, and you're like, you're the crap sandwich vendors around here. All that stuff that is being given for people to just accept and say it's the way it is, just enjoy it. All you can do if you're stuck in that situation is hysterically laugh it off or use a bit of sarcasm, because I'm not actually going to admit that this stuff is great, so I'm going to have to be sarcastic with you and get the hell away from you lefties as soon as possible. All right, sorry for that long rant, people, but that's just what Samson brings out of me. I mean, boy, he's got a lot of buzz. I just have to get my 2 cents in. Let me let the song play. Whew! All right, let me know what you think, people. What a rant.
You can't play Biden, it isn't him. Well, who the fuck is it then? What jacked up the prices? I want to know why I spend so much up at Conoco. I don't know. I think it's insane that the leader of the country gets no blame, because the whole entire time, the last 4 years, it was cheap as fuck. I'm just saying. Now watch. Down in the comment section, someone's gonna give us an economy lesson. I can't wait to hear your expert analysis on fluctuation and how expenses balance. It's all a part of the process. What the hell you bitching for? It's fine. Oh yeah, I forgot about the 16 cents that I saved on hot dogs for 4th of July. What a fucking steal.
Remember that?
I spent more on gas just to get to Target, so by the time I got done buying all the shit and filling up my car, I had way less than when I started. Now, I don't really call that saving. No, I call that losing money. It doesn't take a genius to do simple math, but apparently you can't, so who's the dummy? I'm just pissed off. This inflation's fucked up, but I gotta sit here and act like I love this administration with a thumbs up? Stupid. Everything is hell, but you act like I'm supposed to be in heaven. You know our country ain't doing too good when the Waffle Houses start to close at 11.
All right, so pause it. Wow, you just said everything I was ranting about. You have to just lump it up, and I mean, the best part is when these idiot leftists to try and turn around and say, "Let me use logic and break it down for you," and it's like watching. I don't want to say stupid, but especially when they call me stupid, it's like watching a stupid person kind of do math and see, and that's why 1 + 1 = 5. I wish I threw a little number pun in there based on what how Biden tries to do math these days. But billion, trillion, million. You will pay no money. Come on, man. You know, it's like when you're being done over, human race, left or right. Why would you try and explain why you're being done over and there's nothing you can do about it? If there's a way for you to actually succeed, wouldn't you want to gravitate towards that? Put it another way, now look, the problem with the left is that the man on the street, the average voter, is always getting the short end of the stick with them. If you're not even going to get anything of value for your vote, then you should ask yourself, is this vote worth it? That's what I'm trying to say. We know where the governors are promoting their left-wing nonsense that they don't even believe in. I.e., look at my video on my homepage. This guy's reading my mind here. With all the stuff that they say that they don't believe in, it's understandable that they try and push it on other people if it means that they don't have to do it, but while other people do. But when you, excuse me, pardon me, everybody. Let me just conclude that one point. When you're a person on the street, or just a regular person, you don't even have to be particularly poor. You can just be a regular person. As the Asian government would put it, a person with actual moral compass, not these left wingers with morality fetishes. As opposed to actual true morals. When you actually want to get to the bottom of an issue, you will do what it takes to actually be honest and just sorry, there's so many words I want to use. I need to whittle it down. you do what you can to get to the truth of the matter, to actually resolve an issue. What you get from the left a lot, well, the governors who are getting their cultish followers, yes, the left are the cult as opposed to the right, and is that they they talk themselves into Stockholm syndrome. You know what you're talking about is nonsense. You know it, and people know it too. It's played out, and you're still trying to convince people who've woken up. Anyway, Virginia. No, this is what CNN starts to say about them tomorrow. Anyway, let's keep going, Samson.
Dude, he can barely talk, and don't act like I'm being overzealous. Every time the man speaks, I have no fucking clue what he's trying to tell us. Every speech is like a gag reel. Every time I say shit, I'm like, is that real? Considering the fact that the only other option was Trump, I don't think it's such a bad deal. Fuck that, I want a strong leader. The strength of a man should be constantly tested, especially when you're in the most powerful position in the world. That should be not even a question. There's really not enough words that can describe the craziness we're facing, dude. But the crazier part is there's still people you need to sit down and really explain this to. Come on, man. Just watch a press conference.
God.
You'll see that Joe is all gone. He literally says out loud that he has a list of people he's supposed to call on. And even then, he fucks that up. The whole thing is hella awkward. COVID-19 ain't his biggest enemy. It's the goddamn teleprompter. It feels like we don't even...
This dude's a don. Wow. This is what you call a rapper who can rap. He rap his ass off. He could just... excuse me. I'd like to say I'd love to hear him just sit down and talk, but maybe I'd rather hear him rap because I'm pretty sure he'd sound like me. Just talk going on and on forever. But now who knows? Maybe he's a lot more organized mentally. I mean, if you see my video in the opening, you'll see the way I think. A lot of it's like a giant collage. Dude. Sorry, people. This man's a joke. It's like Let's Go Brandon is authentic rejection of Biden as opposed to the manufactured rejection of Trump that the left wing tried to convince normies that they had for him. Once people started to realize what was really going on, people got even more vengeful against the left and felt that you're lying to us all this time. You're trying to get us to perpetuate your tyranny. Go to hell. Anyway. And we said that there's some people you have to sit down and explain this to. Most people who are waking up these days, and you don't really have to explain it to them per se, but they're finding things out themselves. Who am I kidding? I need stuff explained to me. I was asleep for the longest of time. But hey, I don't think that sucks. I think what really sucks is when if you try and sit down and explain this to somebody and then they tell you, go away, you conspiracy theorist. Now that sucks. It sucks when you're trying to tell people, look, just think about it logically. You know, you love your logic. One man gave a bunch of weapons to Afghanistan, and one man never started any conflict during his presidency. One man's let me think of something else he did. Hey, inflation. One man had the economy of the country going very well, and another man wrecked it within the first year. But that stuff, it's funny how you can say that to people, and when people have their mindset on not agreeing, that they just don't want to hear it, or they want to come back with something to try and trump it. It's like talking to Joy Reid. There's a great debate she had with this guy, and she kept trying to talk over him like a dork. She's a fool. Oh, I don't want to say anyone's a fool, but stupid. And a moron. All right. People, let's keep going. I want to get this thing done in 10 minutes.
Have a leader. It's like we're all just following blindly. Each of my grandparents could run circles around him in a debate, and they're almost 90. Look at him. Don't take it from me. Go listen to him. It's not a rumor.
You gotta, I mean,
Today, Junior! Jesus Christ, go on YouTube and click any video of Joe Biden and check out the like and the dislike ratios. That should prove to you that no one likes him. I don't agree with anything he's done. son, his decisions affect me in many ways. If it was up to me, I'd rather have mean tweets and cheap gas any day.
Did you say cheap gas or... Oh, mean tweets and cheap gas.
Anyways, if it was up to me, I'd rather have mean tweets and cheap gas any day.
All right, exactly. Wow. Oh, the song's not finished. What's this?
I don't like Biden. What good's he done for us? I think Afghanistan
Part 2. This must be the 13.
pretty much sums it up.
Afghanistan. Yep, there you go. I was right. The 13 soldiers. There you go. That's what the second part's about. Oh, let's keep going. I think we can get this done. You know, I'm going to let this play out. And listen, I'm not... the reason why I interrupt so much is to distinguish this video from the original video. If you want to see the original video, I want you to go and support Samson. Check out the original video. I'll leave the link in the description. Somebody in my voice play reaction said, "Oh, you pause too much, blah, 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 blah." And I am like, well, that's because this is deliberately not me taking the video, putting it on my channel to get views. I'm actually giving input, social commentary on the piece to kind of spread awareness about the topics being spoken about, or just the art itself. So I deliberately chopped this thing up. But hey, let's see. Maybe I can let this whole second verse play out.
What a dumb adult. My stomach does somersaults when I think about those 13 soldiers that were killed the fucking gall. Then he goes to the service and keeps checking his watch like he has somewhere better to be. I swear the disrespect isn't stopped. Pick your fucking head up. Look at the women and men you killed. I don't understand how anyone could even defend you still. And if they do, they either don't know what they're talking about or they're lying to themselves, because they know damn well you're a problem now. Pulling out was a good choice. Not the way you did it though. Kamala's probably sitting there like, oh my god, we did it, Joe. Speaking of her, where's she been through all these deadly days? As soon as shit erupts and hits the fan, Kamala's MIA. Not like she does anything anyway, so fucking useless. Law and order, crisis at the border, she don't fucking do shit. Just a talking head, paired up with the Walking Dead, breaking absolutely every word that was promised or said. Every time I see their faces on TV, it's such a bummer. I feel like I'm watching the third installment of Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, wow. Now, I was going to say, just before we dropped that line about Dumb and Dumber, this dude's picked up everything out of my head. I believe, like David Icke said, that there aren't minds, there is the mind. And we are all reading, essentially expressions of consciousness, expressing different things, but drawing from the same well. If you see my video on the home screen, if you haven't seen it yet, people, I'm just going to plug it a few more times. And but I'm going to hopefully work with Peerless to get this thing remastered and re-uploaded, because I just want to get the sound crisp and clear so it can be a banger. But when you turn it up full blast, it's just not super clear. Anyway, when you see my video, you can see that he's talking about Kamala, talking about the fact that she's doing nothing at the border, Joe ducking his head, not looking at the people who are coming, the caskets are coming off from the airplane from Afghanistan. And the Dumb and Dumber reference at the end, I put Dumb and Dumber in my, again, talking about the border, in my video. Just check it out. This dude's picked everything out my brain, which makes me think that I'm not alone in my thoughts. I think the opening, I bet you feel the same way, is particularly resonant with me. And I imagine with a lot of you too. Let me know what you think. This dude can rap his ass off, man.
And on top of all that, they put another ban on ammo, trying to disarm Americans, but equip the Taliban like Rambo. You give them hundreds of thousands of military guns, but Americans just trying to protect their families are the scary ones. You put more trust in a terrorist organization than you do in your own people. You don't care about this nation.
You don't care. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Michael Jackson, man. Rolling in his... God bless him. Anyway. Gotta love people like Michael Jackson. That song, I did not... Every time people make a song about they don't really care about us, I wondered what they're talking about. But so often... I mean, it reminds me of David Icke in London Rose. London Real. Rose Icke, the interview number 2, I think. When he said, if you could... Most people think, they wouldn't do that to us. They wouldn't... The government wouldn't have treated us so deeply before this stuff happened. And David said, let me tell you something. If you look at this closely enough, they do not give a shit about us. Yes. And tell me, are you noticing? Are you hearing a lot now of people saying they don't really care about us in one way or another? They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. The Democrats, the deep state, they don't care about us. It's so amazing. And it's one thing if it's a bad habit, like oh they're absent-minded, or they just think they have other things in their mind, and people are gonna die, and they just can't get bogged down with that. No, they express disdain for people. Let me know if you're catching that. They don't really care about us thing resonating a lot these days.
Fuck you, that's from me. Fuck you, that's from them. Fuck you from everyone that's still stuck in Afghanistan. Fuck you from the men and women who died for this country. And fuck you for every time you lie to cover up something. You blame this on Trump. How the fuck is this even his fault? You're in charge now, not him. That's just your default. Whenever something goes wrong, you flip and say he did it. But whenever something goes right, you're quick to take the credit. You undid almost all of Trump's agreements by your second day. So why is this one of the only fucking things you left in place? No crosses to bear, no responsibilities, just chocolate chip to ease your mental instability. I would say the blood's on your hands, but that's a lie, cause you don't even know where the fuck you are half the time.
And that's it, bruv. He tried to undo a bunch of Trump's policies by his second day. And like you said, he doesn't even know what the hell's going on. He doesn't know, like you're saying, he's reading cue cards, let alone a teleprompter that it's still not good enough, which I'm sure is in giant, large font. Like the thing about Biden, a bit like, who is it? The Australian Sky News. Poor Australia. I've really prayed for them. I mean, boy, my wife really wants to go there, and I pray that things fix up there pretty soon so we can swing over. But it's no, not just to have a bloody holiday, mate. But I'd love to be there in Australia, fighting against tyranny. But I'll do what I can while I'm here. There's no point becoming incapacitated in the moment. I'll do it if I have to. My God, I'll be there. But please God, just save them, save us. It's us who have to save us. That's the whole point of this whole thing. I know people in Australia are signing up to a tyranny the best they can, but with a land that have given up their firearms, boy, it's a tough challenge right now. The police ain't got no issue punching people in the face, men and women alike. Anyway, men, women, children. So, Biden, the Sky News. Sorry, that's why this whole thing started. Sky News. One of the presenters on Sky News had said, "I made excuses for Biden once upon a time." He said he's just a doddering old man who doesn't know what is going on. But it didn't occur to me to just call him out as a downright liar. And I think that's something that is a very interesting situation that, the deep state have got now, that people have gotten themselves lumbered with by agreeing to be governed by a deep state. The default of Biden, when he's not mentally addled, is to be a crook and a criminal anyway. And when he's not being an effective crook, well, somewhat effective, he's being a goofball because he's unfortunately mentally deranged. So you're stuck between deliberately deranged and deranged by mental defect. It's such a catch-22, isn't it? Enough. Just say no, like JMP would put it. All right, let's keep going, people. Oh, he's finally finished. Wow. Click the link in the description and bio to help support. Yeah, it's like I'm saying, people. Check the link in the description. I'm going to leave the link to the original video. Check it without all my talking. Let me know what you think, people. I just had to rant on that one. My God. Where we go one, we go all. Hashtag let's go Brandon. Hashtag God bless Virginia. The people make the final decision. Peace.